Good morning, Stock Showdown participants. And even if you're not a participant and you're tuning in, welcome. I'm going to give a second walkthrough of the website. We are in the midst of, the week 2 Stock Showdown. So I'm going to walk you all through how to navigate the website to locate the week 2 standings. In addition, I'd like to also educate you upon what took place during week 1 and how to find those results. So let's get started, shall we? As you can see, I am logged on to the Stock Showdown Twitter page. I believe in the first video I had showed you how to navigate it through Facebook. All social media channels, I shouldn't say all social media channels, the most popular ones of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can access Stock Showdown through this website right here, which is stock-showdown.com. Also have the YouTube channel. I'm also going to show you once I click upon the website. Right now, it brings you straight to the home page, which again details the mission statement by hitting the drop down, which I explained during the week 1 recording. I'm going to archive this for you as well. But as I was saying, you can access Stock Showdown through all the different social media channels. If you have any feedback, I greatly appreciate it through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There are 2 YouTube videos that I've shot thus far, mostly detailing 1, the program itself, and then 2, a recap of what took place during week 1, and in addition, a highlight of what's to come for week 2. And that's what we're in the midst of right now, is the week 2 Stock Showdown. It's also available on podcasts as well through Spotify and Google Podcasts. I believe it is also on Apple Podcasts as well. I'm just trying to reconfigure some things to get both of the episodes that have been shot thus far on Apple Podcasts. But nevertheless, the podcasts are more of giving you the results from the previous week and then insight to the week ahead. So it not only is giving, again, the results from week 1, which the YouTube channel does, but it's delving more into the companies that are in the midst of week 2 and are involved in the week 2 showdown, and my guidance and insight to what I think might take place during the week 2 showdown. So again, I encourage you all to follow those and provide any feedback to me. It is always greatly appreciated. But nevertheless, again, to further emphasize what I did in the week 1 overview, the video walkthrough here, I also, again, break down how it works. I did make some slight alterations to how it works. All picks have to be in before Monday morning at 9 a.m. Each and every week. So beginning at 4:30 p.m. on Friday evening of that week, I will detail who won, break down their portfolios. In addition, I'll release the week ahead. And then the week ahead, those picks have to be in by 9 a.m. of that Monday morning, Eastern Standard Time. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because I've already done this in the first walkthrough, but the teams can be found in large cap. You can do your own research just by clicking any of the tabs here of any of the particular companies, and it brings you to their respective stock page. So you can do your own due diligence and research before making your selections. Coming back to the website, this is where, the point of me doing this tutorial today was to help navigate to where to find the results from the previous week and detail the results in live time for the current week. So if you come into competitions and click week 1 showdown, it's going to detail the companies that were involved during the week 1 showdown, which just so happened to be January the 4th through, it's right here actually, week 1, January 4th through January the 8th. So if you click on that tab, it brings you directly to the companies that were involved in the week 1 showdown, and there are 44 of them. There are 4 from each of the 11 industries, again, giving that grand total of 44 companies involved. So at a snapshot, let's just take a look at how the respective participants performed during the week 1 showdown, which can be found in the customer portfolios, or the week 1 standings, sorry. You have customer portfolios, and you have portfolio performance, which breaks down their picks and how each one of those companies performed. So nevertheless, these are the picks that each individual made. Steve Dyba, Dr. Michael Grano, myself, Ryan Szynski, and Kevin Rade. All picked their 7 respective teams, and detailed down below is how each one of those companies performed from Monday, January the 4th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when the market opened, through 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January the 8th when the market closed. So nevertheless, it was Michael Grano who took down first place with a portfolio return of 16.14% during that period of time, followed by myself at 15.59% or points for the week, and followed by Ryan Szynski in third at 9.21% or 9.21 points. Michael Grano took home 60%, myself took home 20%, and Ryan Szynski took home 10%. And that was the results for the week 1 showdown, and I do appreciate the participation from those respective 4 individuals, and obviously myself got to put my money where my mouth is. Now looking ahead to the week 2 showdown, we would click actually week 2 showdown, and you can see then the teams that are involved in the week 2 showdown. So each and every week, those companies will change within each of the 11 industries, giving you a new 44 teams to select from each and every week. Now, to give a snapshot, because market opened yesterday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all results had to be in, or all picks had to be in. And Stephen Dyba, thank you. Another weekly participation from my dear friend Stephen Dyba out there. And you can see his picks, which are all locked at this time. I want to welcome back Ryan Szynski for the 2nd week in a row, making his picks. Myself, putting him again, my money where my mouth is, coming back for week 2. Want to thank the commissioner. The commissioner I happen to know is a dear friend of mine who runs the Northwest New Jersey Debate League up here in Sussex County. Use the username The Commissioner because that's his official title. But nevertheless, thanks for participating. And those are his picks. And shout out to a dear friend of mine, Jody Bruno, fellow swim parent of the YMCA. Definitely knows what it's like to have a full household. So shout out to her, Rick, and the 3, Reese, Ethan, and Macy. Shout out to you guys, and thanks, Jody, for participating this week. And as it stands right now, after just 1 day of trading, which again, we're looking at 9:30 a.m. Monday morning, through the most recent closing price, or the most recent price, which happens to be the closing price at 4 o'clock yesterday. As soon as the market opens at 9:30 a.m., that price and those total points and those percentages will constantly be changing. There might be a slight delay in the translation of the information because it is being fed from Google, but nevertheless, at the end of the closing day, those results are finalized. So at the end of 1 day of trading, Miss Jody Bruno, first timer here in Stock Showdown, shout out to you with 4.13% movement thus far and 4.13 points. And it looks like your biggest mover thus far at 2.61% or 2.61 points is BP. And BP had a stellar performance last week, up about, I think, 12% last week, and it is carrying with that momentum this week. And as you can see, those are the final results thus far. Everybody else is basically in negative except for Stephen Diva with a marginal 0.14% rate of return thus far. And my condolences to Ryan Stasinski, down 3%. The commissioner down 1.39%. And this is brutal. Myself down an abysmal 9.03% this week. I decided to go into all utilities this week. I saw that sector was pretty beaten down last week, and that is continuing into this week. So it's embarrassing to see that my performance is pretty bad right now. So that's about all I wanted to navigate through with this recording today, to show you how you can find the different weeks' performances and see live up-to-date standings. Just to reiterate, how you would actually make the selections is in the navigation bar on the banner is the Play Now button. By hitting the Play Now button, brings you to where you would make these selections. So to reiterate what I did in the previous presentation, you would put in your email address, you would put in your username, and then, unlike the first video walkthrough, this one is slightly different because now it's breaking it down because there's multiple competitions in multiple weeks. Obviously, you want to pick the most recent week that is happening, but these selections are all locked because we have already started to embark upon week 2. So what you would do, and there will be a week 3 as we get closer to those dates, you would click the week 2, or obviously moving forward week 3, and then it gives you a new set of companies to select from. And you do have to pick, and there's BP. It was up 15.69% last week. You do have to pick 7. So upon making the 7, then you can either play for free, you won't be considered for prizes, or you could pick the basic option, which does entitle you to the 60% if you come in first, 20% if you come in second, or 10% if you come in third. And any feedback is greatly appreciated. You submit your answers, and then you continue to proceed through the prompts to make the payment through PayPal. And that's really, in a sense, how it works. And those are your options to pay with PayPal or put in your debit or credit card information. And again, it can be found through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Don't forget, hopefully, again, that you're following us on those channels. Spotify for the podcast, and Google Podcasts as well. Thank you for tuning in to this tutorial walkthrough, part 2. And hopefully we'll see you on the leaderboard for week 3. Thank you for your time. God bless you. God bless America.